Just wanted to double check.
You might hear me eat cookies.
And minor.
I'm definitely snarfing a pot pie right now, but I can mute.
Definitely be listening to me sniffle all night. But...
It'll be okay. All right. Does anybody want to give us a recap on what happened last week?
I drank some milk.
Jesus.
And
We killed the bad guy.
I bought some milk.
We talked to the sheriff.
Me as a player, not as a character, I feel really bad for Atina. Me as a character probably thinks it's pretty funny.
Big Two
Hey,
was kind
shit
of
in
a
a room.
dick.
Fucking goddamn it.
So basically,
I
the
forgot about
aftermath
that.
of killing.
We opened the box.
The aftermath of killing
Mhm.
Sifik, Caltro talked to the sheriff, found out kind of he didn't really know who was getting money or getting paid off from the lottery, essentially. Went back to the North to celebrate. Atina, before that, decided to give Big Tomb a whole jar of milk, so there was that, versus using the bathroom that Ono, quite literally kicked somebody out of and cleaned for him, decides
paid
to
them.
Poor old woman.
rage spite one of us and shit in a random room. Unfortunately,
you know what?
Atina was the one who got the aftermath of that.
Don't make me mad when I have poopies.
And when I have poopies.
While
I have that on a shirt.
Don't make me mad when I have poopies.
myself went to bed and Big Tune, oh no, Arini and Aethros along with Atina stayed at the bar, unlocking the box itself and revealing a scroll inside. Afterwards, Ono kind of looked at it, wrapped it back up, and said this must be better to look at tomorrow. Everybody went to bed, we all leveled up, we all had our personal background stories, and I believe I didn't really miss anything. Besides, Big Tune raging at the bar and Arini pulling his ear down.
Classic mom style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that pretty much...
And then Aethros spent 15 gold buying all the milk in the bar.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he did.
Jesus Christ. What are we going to do with all that milk?
It's hiding conveniently in the same room as Big Tune under Aethros' bed.
Guess
But he
we'll
doesn't
see
know
if
that.
I find it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So each of you, if you haven't already for your character sheets, can take a long rest. And you'll gain access to your level 3 stuff going forward now. As each of you have had your individual moments. Which will bring us to early morning, about 6 a.m. or so, if we want to go by standard person time. As there's those of you who were awoken to it, and those of you who might not have noticed it at first, for once, this morning there's not clouds, there's not an overcast in the sky, at least the entirety of the sky, giving the sun the ability to peek through in a nice, subtle but beautiful shade of red, overlooking the horizon as the sun barely crests over the Brinchander walls. And you are left to your devices.
You say that. I guess my perception check really...
Should I add my spells right away? I didn't do that.
If the spell is in the SRD, yes. If it's a spell that isn't in the SRD, send it to me through Discord, and I will add it.
Okay.
Yeah, I woke up and I saw the sunrise, but I definitely didn't realize that it was something different. I don't know. I'll go downstairs, see what's going on.
As you go downstairs, you see that Atina is already at a table, and is she sees you come down. She looks over to you. I've already taken the liberty of ordering from Scramsax breakfast for the party, just a platter of sorts, an assortment of food, and I assumed some of you would probably want some form of ale type beverage, so I have a pitcher of that on the way as well. Good morning, Big Tune.
Good morning. I appreciate you ordering food. Yeah. I really, yeah.
Mhm.
We can overlook
Oh.
the formalities. I am well aware you messed in my room last night.
Did I? Oh man. Oops, I guess. My apologies, I guess. I was angry.
I know.
Let's can avoid that in the future.
I'm going to give you this one moment where I overlook this action. I do strongly suggest that you do not do that again. At least, and she looks up, she looks at the stairs and then looks back at you. At least not my quarters. And
Sounds
she
good.
she looks and you see Scramsax is bringing out some food and he sets it on the table. Well, you're up early.
Yeah. I mean, cool dreams. This experience.
Everybody else?
Still sleeping.
I would probably, if Arini wakes up before me, I would let Arini head out first. If I wake up before Arini, I would wait quietly until Arini woke up.
I guess I just wake up. I'm not sure when, but probably when the food smell hit me.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long. A little after 6 a.m. For the food smell to waft into everybody's rooms. It smells amazing given the circumstances.
I'd probably get up and get going for the day, head down, eat.
I would say that, oh no, you probably would hear Arini awake, but whether or not you got up is up to you. You would hear her moving around.
Yeah, as soon as I hear Arini move around, I quietly sit up and just kind of compile my notes and almost like her shadow. I'm just right behind her.
As the both of you make your way down the hallway, down the stairs. Are you trying to be stealthy from Arini, or are you just
No, very much just quietly acknowledge her and just the head nod, like a good morning head nod, and just kind of just quietly follow in behind her, follow in step.
Okay. Aethros, Bictuna, Aethros, Ibrin.
Yeah, once I start smelling food, I'm gonna head down.
Okay.
My guy would kind of already be up. He would be looking at the blades that I have in my hand, and I would just be kind of talking to myself for a little bit, and did that really happen last night? And just noticing everything that's going on, be like, that's insane. And I'd probably hear the movement and everybody working their way downstairs, and readjust my blades, and then put my old ones in my pack, my new ones in their sheath, and grab all my stuff and work my way downstairs. This time not destroying the bed and rage and everything else.
All right, so as everyone makes their way downstairs, Ibrin being the last person to join all of you at the table, you're able to eat a fantastic breakfast. If anybody wants to converse, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I would like to motion to Ono to have him lean in a little bit.
Huh?
Is it Tina sitting with us, or is she?
Oh, she's sitting at your table with you.
Gotcha. Okay, in that case, Ono, a moment, and I walk over to a different side of the room.
Yeah. Okay. And I hop down from my chair. I have my spell book underneath my arm, and walk over with Bictune. What's up?
So, fun fact, was angry last night,
Understandable.
and I made a mess, and I need your help to clean it up because it's Tina's. I'm saying this quietly, that she, that nobody else can really hear us. But
Fair. I'm not gonna blow up your spot by having a wild reaction like I really want to. but you're telling me that instead of the bathroom I procured for you, you... I'm putting this as delicately as possible. You rage shit in her room?
It really made me upset.
Okay,
She-
all right, okay, all right.
And-
There's a slim possibility that it is still there because she is a magical practitioner. I should only hope that she has something akin to a prestidigitation, but
I
I'll... Let's go upstairs.
I just want to check.
Okay, let's just go. Let's go. And like I lean past his knee and kind of look at the table and I go, like in a half-hearted like wave of like you can almost hear me sighing as I'm like waving to the group and I'm pointing at Bictu and I'm just like okay, let's go. Come on.
As you make your way upstairs, you jiggle the handle on Atina's room and you are able to open it. She didn't leave it locked or anything. And as you walk inside, you feel it's a slightly colder temperature than the rest of the rooms that you're familiar with, but it is immaculate, and the mess that Bictune had made is currently not visible.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll just kind of explain to him what I saw before I left the room. And
Okay.
just be like, so this is what it was like. I'm glad it's not.
Why are you making such a big radius with your hands?
I'm just telling you how it was.
All right. I give a cursory, like, prestidigitation over the area which he did his business. And I assume there's not very much that goes with it. But as I'm, like, doing the prestidigitation, I'm actually looking at her fireplace and it not being warm at all. I assume coals are cold.
Yeah, you can tell that there were no... the fire in this room was not lit the previous night.
Okay, all right.
Is there... I suppose now that I'm in here without an ulterior motive, like without evil intention, is there anything out of place?
Besides the two of us standing in here while I'm cleaning a floor that's already clean?
Looking around, make a perception check, Bictune.
Cool.
Guidance. I snap you on the knee, guidance. All right.
Boy, I'm still not seeing a lot.
Right down the middle, though.
You look around the room and everything looks as though, honestly, other than the temperature of the room itself and the coals not being lit, it's as if, honestly, no one was even sleeping in here. The bed itself, while you can tell that she had slept in the bed, as the way it's made isn't perfect. There's nothing really... You can't even tell if she's carried any extra items on her. The only thing out of place seems to be the coat that she wore when she originally came to the North Look with Scramsax is sitting on a chair.
Cool. Through to Ono and be like, all right, we should probably go back before they think that we're doing something suspicious here, and we're just gonna play it off when we get downstairs.
I mean, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure... Okay, that's fair.
Listen,
Walk out of the room.
I know they know what we're doing, but also...
Yeah, I don't want to, like, in the most honest sense, I don't want to piss her off because...
Yeah, she knows it was me. She told me not to. She was
Yeah.
very mean.
Yeah, so, I mean, she could have, like, done the bad thing, but she didn't, so it's cool.
So,
Let's
so
not
we get-
shit in her room again.
yeah, she went over that.
All right, we step out of the room. I shut the door. I do my best to, like, prestidigitate the room with, like, a nice floral smell, even though it's superfluous at this point. And, yeah, we head back downstairs.
And as we're coming to within earshot of them, I'll just be like, yeah, so anyways, like, if there's, like, anything you can make me so that way I can also do the magics, it would be cool. As we sit down.
I look around and I'm like, okay, project. Okay, I actually don't put, no, I lean back and allow my spell book to open itself and my quill to take flight and begin taking a note. And you all watch as my book, without me offering provocation, slaps itself open, and a quill of magical essence begins to pen very quickly several little small notes. And I'm going to eat breakfast.
That's new.
Yeah, it's easier to take notes this way.
Ooh, real question, Ono. What color are you taking notes with, since it can be any color now?
All of the script, no matter how I write it, it is a very much like neon blue, pink, purplish kind of color.
Ooh.
Like a retro wave kind of like neon blue, purple. And it kind of like in pearlescent, like, and if you look at the book one way, it's like a neon-y purple, and then you kind of like shift your head slightly. It's like a lenticular picture, if you guys know what that is. Yeah. So it's like you look at it the other way, it's kind of blue, but when you look at it like straight on, it very much is like pearlescent.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. I don't want to do things. I want things to do things for me. I don't really. Big Tin has no idea what he's actually talking about. Like,
I like. Kitty, as much as I want to allow everybody, I mean, like, not right now, that's my end goal, is everyone has the ability to do magic, but, okay, and I slap a blank piece of paper in front of him, and I like, this is so beyond his ken, I rudimentary begin to, like, pen out the arcane sigils for, like, prestidigitation. And, like, he has no concept of what I'm writing, but it's just like, yeah, okay, so if you can read this and grasp it...
How do I read pictures? Those are pictures.
No, they're not. It's not pictures.
Those are pictures.
Hold on. Above table. What languages does Big Two know?
I know Common and Leonin. That's it.
Okay, yeah, no, you have no clue. So this is rudimentary, like, Draconic, essentially, right? But it's Draconic mixed with, like, okay, it's not... When you look at the symbols, it's not looking at the symbols, it's looking past the symbols, and each symbol represents an actual phrase. So, like, this one, and I point out, like, a small square, and it's essentially, like... It's like a parent trying to teach their children the ABCs, essentially. And I'm like, this is the Draconic letter for K, and this is the Draconic phrase for Icha. And when you put them together, it's K, Icha, and you would put that in the thing, and it's essentially the cleaning part. I know he's not catching this, but I'm just like rattling it off.
Yeah, every time he pronounces something in Draconic, I absolutely will like.
You do the head nod.
No, like the Leonin equivalent of "God bless you."
Yeah, essentially.
So it's like Phoebe and Joey trying to teach him French.
Absolutely.
Yes. Sacre bleu. No, that's not it, babe. No.
That's you. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Did I speak it right?
Yeah. No, okay, you're... it's more of off the top of your palate and not from the base of your tongue. It's...
Chew. Okay.
Oh, no, that's... all right. I just let my pen write as I'm, like, still eating breakfast.
As you're... I'm gonna make some time pass here. Give me a second.
Hey guys, time is passing real quick.
As everyone kind of sits down and enjoys their breakfast, Ono going through the wonders of trying to understand Draconic as Big Toon is nodding along. You see, Atina herself is also kind of trying to understand what you're saying. And she like looks to Big Toon and is like, "If it makes you feel any better, I also do not understand a word of what he's saying."
It's just rudimentary. It's just rudimentary Draconic. This is not even... I mean, I'm only adding a little bit of gnomish on top of it. That's just giving me my own little spin, but that's just... okay.
I mean, I totally get it.
Yeah, it's real simple. Even I know.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Tina. It's clear. Like, he told me how to say it, and I said it. So that's how it works. I'm pretty sure.
That's not. No.
You were speaking gibberish, Big Toon. I'm
You were
sorry.
very much. Yeah. It's... What do you think?
I said the same things he said.
No, you're not. You're okay. Where I am saying cup, you're not even getting the word for mud.
True.
I think it's a dialect thing.
I know.
I'm not even going to attempt it. So
He'll get it eventually. Like through, fastidious study. We can make it happen. It's okay.
As you're all eating food, I want, I'm gonna say Ono and Athros to make perception checks.
You got it. Oof, we are not paying attention.
Yeah, no, you don't see anything really out of the ordinary.
You guys are too engrossed with trying to teach me.
Yeah. Can I use my passive perception?
I mean, yeah, like our passives are pretty decent. Is our passive catching anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yes, actually, if we go off of passive, it's better.
Yeah. I think my passive is like 12 or 13 or something, I think.
You see...
Mine's 15 for passive perception.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, that would be...
No, mine's I think 14 because it's based off of the modifier. So, yeah, it's like 10 plus 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, both of you, 3 stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb stumble into the Northlook. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts, and 2 of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand as they see you at your table and say, through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, Are you the ones trying to help Garn and Elza?
I prestidigitate all 3 of them warmer.
Thank you, little gnome friend.
Yeah.
You guys okay?
We were working on it.
That was our next step in a... Yes, essentially, yes.
My name is Hruna, and these are my friends, Corax and Storn. We need some help, and I was told that you're the group who volunteered to help us out.
Yeah, I mean, we're very much in the market for helping people. Can we get those names one more time?
Yeah. It is Hruna, Hruna.
Oh, I was so close.
Korux, Korux, and Storn, Storn.
Got it. Yeah, no, we're absolutely we can totally help. What do you need?
You see Hruna, she pulls off like her winter cap and bundled scarf, and you see that she's a dwarf. As she sits down, she pulls up a chair from a neighboring table as your table is full with the current party, and just sits down. Corax and Storn kind of go get a seat at the bar as Scramsax kind of caters to them. Where are the survivors of that group of dwarves that were supposed to deliver the ingots to the Blackiron blades? A yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the yeti, they tore Ubuk limb from limb.
Ooh.
Now we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. And I was told that Garn had already set up a form of payment for you.
Yeah.
So out of game context, this is the physical part. This is the living part of the party that we were asked to rescue. They've made their way back.
Yes.
Okay, so now we are only getting inanimate objects.
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
Then that changes the entire calculation. Ono lets his book fly open. The pen begins to dash off weight classes for extra dwarves.
Yeah. Sorry we didn't get out to you guys earlier. We were trying to take care of something here. But yeah, Garn has got it all set up for payment wise and stuff like that.
I thank you for even being willing to take on a task like this one. And she you could tell that she's a bit up there in years, but also like still like feeling, even though she's been warmed by Ono, still feeling the long-term effects of being out in the cold, like frostbite and stuff.
So, like, when I put her in my chair, I begin to not just warm like one spot, like I from head to toe begin to cubically warm their body, and like even to the point, does it look like she's injured in any capacity or respect?
Physically, actually make a medicine check. What am I doing without dice rolls?
No, you're good. I will make a medicine check. I'm going to guide myself. That was all over the place.
That was scary.
Damn.
Physically, the injuries that you can see as she's like taken off some of like her thicker outer clothing to reveal like a inner tunic type thing underneath. You see that she has some black patches on her skin from frostbite. But other than that, I mean, there's no physical gash marks other than at least nothing that looks recent. And, no limbs are missing. All of her toes and fingers are there. She just looks like she's been in the cold for a long period of time.
I go and like as I'm like giving her like the warming her and everything, I take note of her like frostbite injuries. I cast cure wounds.
And as you cast Cure Wounds, you can physically see...
damn. Okay.
It's still good. You see that most of the large patches of the frostbite that she has begin to like shrink in size. They don't fully disappear, but she looks in much better health than when she first stumbled in. Thank you for that, young rock gnome. I'm sorry I didn't even catch your names yet.
We can kind of breeze through this. I'm Ono. There's no reason for the joke at this point. You're obviously in detriment. And this is the rest of my family. And like I wave my hand.
Big Tune of the Strong Shield clan.
My name is Ebron.
I'm Aethros.
I'm Arini.
And currently it's not logged in or cemented, but we are the Broken. And we're here to help.
She nods and kind of takes it all in. Well, it's good to meet all of you, and thank you, Ono, for your healing help. I feel much more full of life at this point.
No worries. Technically, it's still within our contract to make sure that you're healthy and okay and get home safe. So technically, this still falls under the making sure that you're safe. So, no problem.
Yeah, if you're looking to make that journey, to go find the sled, it's a good distance away from here. That Yeti didn't ambush us more than a little ways off the path that we were on, about halfway between where we started and here, the bottom of Kelvin's Cairn. It's a bit of a doozy. That sled's heavy, and well, I just hope they're all there.
Yeah, no, I should only hope that they're all there too, because I have done calculations for that exact amount. But no bother. I can do math on the fly. I love that. No big deal.
I'm in no way am I trying to be overextend my curiosity, but when exactly were you planning on heading to search for that sled?
Honestly, by my standards, I think we've kind of nearly nipped our problems here in the bud. We were in the market to try to make sure that the, sheriff had taken steps toward this. But, we probably could head out sooner rather than later.
I mean, yeah, the sheriff will be here whether or not we decide to go today or tomorrow.
Well, we already told him we would go today, and the morning's better. The only issue we have is, do we help Garn and them now and go find their kin, or do we head to Targos to talk to the proprietor of the Luskan Arms and collect the bounty there before we help
Well,
Garn and Elza?
I mean, order of operations, cleaning side quests off the plate. I do think we should probably handle this. Maybe the sheriff needs time. Maybe we could touch base with the sheriff, then go handle the dwarf situation or the ingot situation. Double back.
Right.
Well, what were you gonna say?
As I say, yeah, we can certainly just head over there on the way out and be like, listen, I know we said today, but is tomorrow okay as well? Or, a week from now?
It'll take you a few days to get there. If you're making plans and you're planning on leaving today, Shruna kind of just chimes in. I wouldn't expect to be back here tomorrow.
I mean, my calculations, at least a week. I mean, by my calculations, and that's like everything working out perfectly for us guys. Like that's like, we killed a Yeti in one fell swoop. We get the Iron Ingot down the mountain with no problem. That's like perfect situation.
Don't you worry about that Yeti.
Yeah. It's not as much. I'm not worried about the Yeti as much as I am the logistics of the ingot, which is weird because honestly, like any normal sane person would be worried about Yeti, but I'm more worried about weight of an ingot, bar of ingot.
Downhill go fast. We'll be all right.
Yeah, no, I know. I just, moving 2 tons of raw ingot is. I mean, like we're talking about a rocket sled going down a mountain, guys.
Downhill, go fast.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Kitty. If anything, I'm looking forward to it. Perfect scenario. I look at the dwarf and I go, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound really ridiculous, but this is kind of the wavelength I'm on. All right, perfect scenario. We rocket down the hill. Yeti's in the way. Boom. Psh, 2 birds. No? Okay. All right. Told you it would sound crazy. Sorry.
Well, worst case, let's knock out the conversation with the sheriff, get the information we need, go get the ore, come back, tackle whatever we need, and then we can make our way to Targos.
Let's go talk to the sheriff and see what's going on, see if this needs to be taken care of today or if it can happen.
Yes.
So I feel like the longer we wait, the more chance that not all that stuff is there.
I'm going over old notes. Yeah, Haruna is the leader. And hold on, you said a new name, Storm. Okay, so Oddbach died. Damn. Okay. Out of game, does that gonna affect anything for us? Does that compute to Ono as in like, oh man, we're gonna take a hit on this, or?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Just questioning.
Your contract. You're right though. Your contract was to make sure they're alive and well, and at least, and you did hear that they did check in with the Blackiron blades before they came to you. So just keep that information somewhere, however Ono or the party sees to use it.
Yeah, because I do need to go talk to what's his butt about the box too. Because I had made that handshake deal with him about me opening the box and showing him. Although, as I'm saying it, I do want to look at that scroll, but we have things to do.
All right. So what's the party doing?
I'll take a sip of my drink and kind of set it on the table and be like, well, let's get moving. No time like the present. Let's head to the town square and talk to the sheriff.
Diddly diddly dow.
All right.
Let's go.
as the party makes their way, including Atina, out of the Northlook. It's about a 5-6 minute walk with a fresh layer of fluffy, not too thick snow, maybe about 2 inches worth, padding on the walkway. You see some tracks from like people leaving their houses, venturing towards the town square and branching off. We haven't reached like peak like market time yet, so as you I want Ebrin to roll a perception check.
You beat me to the punch.
He notices that he walked in a circle again.
Ebrin, as the party walks past the house that you recognize as the rental from Torgs, you see that there is no sign of life within the house. You see tracks outside the house, not frantic, but there's a lot of tracks going like around the outside, and a couple of pairs of sled skis that seem to be leading away from the house itself, following all of you down towards the market square and venturing out the east gate, or down towards the exit towards the east gate, as Torgs does not appear to be in the market square today, as you make your way to the town hall.
I'll kind of look down the alley as we're walking with the party and just be like, huh, that's interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, the other night when I went off to find Sefik, I followed the group to the house that Torgs and everybody was staying at.
Yeah.
And if you look down the alleyway here, you can clearly see some footsteps, some sled marks, and it almost looks like, since they're not in the square here, they just left and went towards the east gate. So I'm gonna safely say they've either found out or they left town and moved to their next destination, which is Targos. Or not Targos.
East Haven?
East Haven?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, God said the southeastern gate. So, question: can I make an investigation check to determine how long it's been since they have departed? Like looking at snowfall and possible like depth of track versus like newness from it being laid.
I think that would be survival, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll do that. Sure.
Okay.
Got it myself. Bloop. Okay, I'll take that.
Based on what you can see, with kind of Ebrin pointing out what he sees too, you estimate they probably left right at the end of the snowfall, which was early in the morning, probably between 3 and 4 a.m.
All right, so we're definitely several hours behind them, so they probably have a good start. We can track them down later and handle that business, because if I'm being completely honest, Ebrin, they do bad business.
Yeah, we already took care of that problem, and they're really not worth our time.
Nah, I mean, like, that's one thing, but, like, as a merchant, like, that's BS. Like, you can't charge... That's a ridiculous markup for literally, like, a kit. Still feeling about it.
Yeah, but how much of that was based on the fact that they probably knew what was going on with old T-shirt McGraw there?
That is an interesting perspective that I did not think about.
Yeah, now with him gone, they might have to adjust their prices. So next time we run into them, let's definitely do some reconnaissance and see what they do.
I mean, I definitely like to see their reaction to us proffering business. And again, worst case scenario, if I'm about to get overcharged, I'm handling that right then and there, because that's BS.
You hear Atina kind of chime in. Oh, even the House of Orwell, the Church of Orwell, knows of Torg's business and how sketchy it can be at times. Generally speaking, we don't associate with them for multiple reasons, but the prices definitely don't help. However, when they're one of the few reliable people able to come through the the edge of the frozen north safely, they can pretty much charge what they want if people want the supplies. It's an unfair ruling on a broken market.
That's like the market's already broken, and you're just breaking it further for a couple of extra gold. That honestly, it's bad business. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
They're the only ones that will get away with it for now. Once we've taken care of some other problems, I imagine it will be more competitive.
You know, we're opening doors. We're making things happen. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
As the party arrives at the entrance of the town hall, you see that there are footprints leading up a small set of stairs that lead to the main doorway. The bounty board.
Go ahead.
No, please, after you. I insist.
Before we enter, I kind of want to look at the party and be like, all right, guys, I want to do something real quick here since we'll be having a conversation with the sheriff, and I just kind of need everybody to get to a closer circle. We don't have to be super close, but I just need to focus for a minute. And I want to demonstrate one of my new powers that I have here. So do I just click on the standard roll for it?
Yeah, you should be able to click that. Otherwise, if it's like one that doesn't require like a psionic dice, you could just hit info and it should post it to the chat.
Okay. So as the group is getting close, I'm just gonna kind of look down, focus for a little bit, and then there's just gonna be kind of like I'm gonna imagine a purple shock wave just emanates from me to the group itself. Did it work?
I have it posted.
There's a paragraph there.
Yeah, that's a fucking paragraph. Jeez. Okay.
So, it didn't roll the die though for me.
Hit the other formula.
That's all the psionic powers is one.
So, hold on.
So for the next 4 hours, as I'm looking at the group and that purple blast goes through, I'm just gonna kind of look at Ono and mentally talk to him and be like, so, can everybody hear me? And as the group can see, my mouth isn't moving, and now they can all hear my voice inside of them.
Should have done
So-
like the tap on the mic. Is this thing on?
You can choose a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus, so you can choose 2 creatures as of right now.
My proficiency is 4 though.
Oh, wait, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking proficiency modifier. That's on me. But yeah. So 4 creatures.
Oh
You're right.
no, sorry. Proficiency's +2, initiative's +4. Crap.
Yeah. Everyone's proficiency bonus should pretty much be the same as long as
Yeah.
they're the same level.
No, you're right.
So it
I'm,
will just be 2.
I am just a little out
Yeah,
of it
that's
today.
all right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, it
psionic-
should be
psionic
2
is
creatures.
ridiculous.
So is it 2 creatures plus me?
Yes.
Yeah, raw is
Correct.
you establish a telepathic communication between yourself and others, perfect for quiet infiltration. As an action, choose 1 or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. So what's your proficiency bonus for?
+2. Initiative's
Okay, so yeah,
+4.
it's 2.
So I'm gonna look at Ono, and then I guess the other one I would do is Atina. Be like, all right, Atina, Ono, can you hear me?
So that's 4 hours of psychic connection.
And I'm gonna basically look at the group and be like, hey, so as of right now, the shockwave that you guys saw is an ability I have to where myself and 2 others are mentally linked for the next 4 hours or so. So while we are meeting with the sheriff, us 4 may be communicating and not actually talking. But if there's anything you guys think of, let us know afterwards.
I mean, I love this, but let's not. Well, okay, hold on, because I'm looking at Atina, and I'm like, she can hear me say this. Okay, no, this is great, cool.
I only chose Atina Ono for the simple fact that with her connection to the house, she might have a little bit of insight that we don't have.
No, honestly, that
Although-
makes perfect sense. No, there's no, I have no qualm against it. Logistically, it makes perfect sense.
This is certainly interesting. she says, responding in to the two of you in your mind.
And like you see, and everyone else is like, oh no, shaking, like wagging a finger at Ibrin, but mentally I'm like, this doesn't count that I'm not gonna make like sending earrings. I'm still making cool things. You can't just psychically connect people and be like, oh no, it's not gonna make gadgets. I'm gonna make gadgets.
That's perfectly fine. Just to let you know, this also has a 1 mile radius. We can talk over a long distance as well.
Okay, all right. Well, we will definitely put that to good use. All right, let's go.
It looks like you can use that multiple times, though.
Yeah,
The psionic
I've got a.
So like you could use it twice right now to try and get more people to attune to.
So where are this
Doesn't
psionic
it doesn't.
dice? That's the thing I can't see.
So the dice is what the other formula is for your rolling for duration, but if you go under your features, I have it, the number of times you can use it equal to your proficiency modifier, or your modifier,
So
I should say.
I could use it again.
Yeah. No, you have a number
it's
of dice equal to twice.
Yeah, never mind. That's what I meant to say. So you have technically.
And then using one of those powers, you have to use one of your dice.
Yeah, so the dice themselves, the amount that you have, are tied directly to the psionic power ability.
I'm still a little confused, but we'll go with it.
I mean, yeah.
So
you
the psionic
asked for
dice I have
psionic
is.
powers. This is what you get.
So the psionic powers that I have, I can use it twice.
Hold on, let me pull up your courage.
No, you can use
You have 3
so
out
right
of your
now
4
you have
uses
a
left.
total of.
Yeah, because the first time you use this
Well, you should
power
actually
after a
still-
level.
Oh shit, that's right. So the first one
Yeah.
you don't spend the die, and then every other
the
one you
first
spend
one's
the
a freebie,
die. Okay.
and anything after that he has to expend a dice. But since he was just RP wise, like he's like, hey guys, I'm about to test this new thing, and it's like a free burn. So you can do that at the top of every day. That should be like your daily that you should be using at the top of every day.
Well, would you guys like me to burn the other 2 uses and have the
No,
whole
no,
party just be
no,
able to
man.
commute?
No.
Yeah, no. Hold on to it.
Save it,
Okay.
because we could use it later. This is a great. I'm saying this in my head and then trying to mouth. Like, you guys see me mouth out words, but I'm saying it all in my head. I'm like, no, this is a great experience. Like, just save it.
Oh, no, you're not talking out loud.
I look over at Victor and I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. There's a distinction between the mental capacity and then the physical, verbal usage of your. This is a whole different kind of magic. Damn psionics. Like, I let my book go apeshit. Like, my pen is feverishly writing.
Oh, don't
what?
Don't get
I have to take
too
notes.
excited now. I still have other stuff to show you, but let's talk to the sheriff. And I imagine the front lady, person's gonna be there as we're working our way up the stairs. I'm just gonna kind of give her a wave and a wink.
Yep, and as you all, I assume, make your way inside, you see the young girl who was there when you made your way inside once before, Ibrin, who recognizes you and sees that you have a party. Yes, who are you here to see?
We are here to see the sheriff. Is he still in his office?
Yes, he got in not more than an hour ago. I will quickly let him know that you are here, and make sure that he is good with you seeing him at this exact moment. And she kind of doesn't even really wait for a response as she hurries up a stairway to your right that curves around, leading to a second story. You can hear her mumbling as she knocked on the door and opens the door. You can hear the slow growl of the sheriff from inside resonate along the planks as you hear her come back down and go behind her desk. Yes, he will see you now. You're welcome to go And she like points up the stairway that she just went up. You go up the stairs, and his office is the first one on the right side.
Thank you. We'll go up there now.
I'm resisting so much with so many things.
I guess once we get to the door, I'll knock on it first.
All right.
Knock on it second.
So you hear
I kind of look down the stairwell at this chick.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of look at Big Tune and be like, really?
So you hear one set of knocks. I imagine at a moderate volume with Ebron, and then just a louder set of knocks as Big Tune knocks on the door.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pounding.
Y'all can come in. I'm here waiting for you.
Sorry, it would. I mean, I would say it would be unnecessary, but this is usually how we do things. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. Oh no. How'd you all sleep? Did you get some rest?
Sufficient amount of rest, I would say, across the party.
A little bit of ruckus last night, but that's good for the heart and the soul. So, how about you, Sheriff? How are you doing today? How's the aftermath from yesterday handling?
You see in his right hand is a tankard of some sorts filled with a black liquid. The odor in the room gives off a scent not akin to something sweet, a little bit savory, and something that you might not have smelled recently being in the frozen north here, but many of you would recognize as the smell of coffee, albeit probably cold.
I, without thinking about it, prestidigitate that cup so it is steaming for him. And I engulf the smell.
The newly warmed coffee invigorates
I'm
the
gonna
room.
mentally talk to Oh no. What if you wanted it cold though?
Yeah, I don't know any living human being, gnome, dwarf, elf who drinks cold coffee and is happy about it. Anybody who does that is a weirdo.
And you hear Atina also chime in. Yeah, I'm akin to cold environments, but even I don't like my coffee cold.
I like hand gesture to Atina, like, huh?
He
like
Jeez.
after that happens, after I warm his cup, I'm like, I'm sorry, everybody's just gotta experience this, and I magnify that coffee smell in the room.
And it just woofs everyone's nostrils.
I'm sorry, it's been like a good solid several months before I haven't smelled coffee in a while. It's so good.
Well, if you want some, and he pulls out this keg of sorts, similar in size to the one that Athros had bought full of milk the night before, with a small tapper. If you want to do that thing that you did there to warm up more, I have some extra tankards.
Oh, you have a whole barrel of just coffee, ready-made coffee?
I don't get a lot of sleep here, son.
Okay, that's it. All right, and I precipitate the whole the whole thing warm. You can almost hear the bubble of boiling liquid coffee.
Music to my ears.
Rub my hands together. Oh man, this is the best. I've had coffee forever.
Anybody who wants a cup of coffee is more than welcome to have one. There's tankards, enough for everybody, and then a couple extra.
I dole out coffee like I'm a barista.
As I handed my coffee, looked down into it, think for a moment, shake my head.
No, it's not. There's no lactose in there. And again, I'm still working on that whole linchpin, but you can drink this as long as there's no cream.
Okay.
I'm watching Big Tune drink this, or just basically sniff it, look at it.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Through
thinking
our
to
mental
myself,
connection,
thinking to myself and to the two others, did anybody make sure where the bathroom was? I was kind of looking at the front lady. I didn't know where it was.
Worst case scenario, if he's got to go, he's got to go. I mean, this may run through him an elven sled. Who knows?
Yeah. So I looked down at the cup of coffee. I kind of sit there and look at it and I started doing the hemming and hawing, shaking my head back and forth just a littlest bit. Okay. And then I shake my head and just take a sip.
Such a turn of conservation. You're so conservative now.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I love it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Big Tune, I want you to make a Constitution
Oh my
check.
God.
check.
Oh no!
Or yeah, I guess my question for you is, did
He takes a
Strong
sip.
Shield Clan have coffee with them, or is
I
this
have
something new for you?
I have no idea. I would assume probably not, right?
I wouldn't think so,
You
personally.
guys must have like some form of caffeine, like
They probably get it
green-
different ways. Is
yeah,
my
like
guess.
green
Yeah.
tea or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely like looking at this like it's just sludge to me, but
Yeah, make a Constitution check.
Oh God. Oh, all right.
that was very nearly a 1.
It was close. As you take a sip of the coffee, honestly, it feels weird going down, but it's something that it sits okay in your stomach, at least for the time being.
Oh.
So, as the sheriff kind of looks over everybody who's either getting a cup of coffee or kind of standing there, there's not enough seats for everybody to sit down in his office. Maybe like 3 chairs on the other
I'm
side of
sitting on the
a thick
barrel.
desk.
I'm just
Okay.
sitting on the barrel of coffee.
I'll stand in the back, sipping my coffee.
You all came here to tell me some news, is that correct?
Yes. So, in short, we believe that you may have a mole, in the loosest of terms, within your regiment. This person's, who we've kind of concluded that it is a female in here, has been taking payment to adjust or manipulate the lottery. We can corroborate this story with the young man who was attacked by Sefik Caltro the other day. And I'm almost positive that if we kind of go back through the logs and see who was up for the lottery, we can notice that we should be able to notice a pattern.
Speaking of the lottery, I guess above table talk, what happened to the woman who got drawn? Has she been executed yet? Because I feel like we've now passed that where that had to have happened.
You said that was above table?
Yeah. Because it wasn't it 24 hours after you get drawn, you get sacrificed.
You are given a couple of options for how a person is to be sacrificed, ranging from venturing into the wilds to being burned at the stake.
Ooh, wow. Okay, has either of those happened for this person yet?
Don't think anybody's asked what the outcome of that was.
All right. I'm going to assume Ebron brings this up mentally, psychically.
Yes.
So that we
like, hey,
okay. Right.
you
Yeah.
guys remember the riot we tried to ensue? What happened to
Sheriff,
that lady?
with the time frame of us kind of telling you versus the execution of the sacrifice. God, those are 2 words you shouldn't put together. Has it already been like followed through, or has there been like an addendum in the sense of like, oh, we've got some investigating to do, we can't have you sacrifice yourself for no good reason?
I forget, did Ono say that out loud, or was
Yes,
that...
I'm actively asking the sheriff this.
Well, at this point, she's already gone. She chose the venture into the wilds
Smart
route.
Smart.
It gives her a chance to survive, but she had nothing on her back when she left, so it's entirely up to her own intuition and survival instincts, but I've yet to find anybody who makes it more than a couple days.
Okay.
Do you
so
know
we have
what
time.
gate she went out?
She went out the
I'm
north.
saying this to the sheriff.
She went out the north gate. The east gate's a little close to East Haven, and the southwest gate will take you to Targos, both of which are within a small distance, and the north gate's the one that gives people the hardest time.
I'm just gonna mentally talk to Ono and be like, well, if she went out the north gate, we've got to kind of go that way anyway for Dwarven Valley, so we might run into her and be able to help her.
I mean, we gotta go out am I looking at it right? Or we have to go at the east gate to get to the Dwarven Valley?
Do we
Or
take
am I
the
looking
east
at
way and then head up the...
The east gate would give you probably the easiest access to venture up towards the Dwarven Valley, yeah.
Yeah, and the north gate just takes us like straight up through like what I assume is like the Lonely Wood or something. To
Yeah,
that effect.
the north gate would take you outwards, like out the direction towards Termalaine. The east gate would take you towards East Haven, but you're gonna have an easier time looking at your, I assumed, map that you've have in your inventory. You have an easier time starting off if you went out the east gate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing it. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Mentally, I look at mentally. I look at Eber and I'm like, we got a lot on our plate already. Not that I don't want to save this person because they were wrongfully given this, but you know we have to. We've got dominoes to knock down first. It
Fair
sucks, but she made her choice, and out of the choices, it was probably the better of the choices. She has a chance to survive at least a couple of days.
Fair enough.
And I turn back to the sheriff. So yeah, thoughts on how you would like to deal with this? Not that saying we're on a time schedule, but we do have other commitments, and we would like to, clean this up before another mistaken, sacrifice is doled out.
And the sheriff kind of looks to all of you. Well, the good news is we have about a month before the next sacrifice were to take place, which gives us a good window to work with. The sacrifice is always on the eve of a new moon that lottery draws. So, got about 28 days.
Okay.
Since I didn't know that this was happening, and that's my own fault, I'll own that mistake. Sometimes things happen below me that I don't get to pay much mind to. It's been a bit busier here than normal. I think it'd be good to do a proper investigation with a couple people that I know I can trust to figure out what might be going on and who might be, well, the person who is buying people out of the lottery.
And again, we're kind of basing this off of what I'm going to go back through my notes and try to find his name again. The young elven dude. Was he elven? Oh, God, I can't remember.
The guy who got stabbed.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Nick. Yeah. Young Nicholas. Now, we're going with the fact that young Nicholas was being as truthful as possible. So we have a suspicion. I'm not sure how many females you employ. Not that I'm trying to gender this, but apparently he has stated that it is a female who is taking these payments. Now, whether or not this person is in cahoots with another person within your ranks, that is still a mystery to us.
Well, the number of women that we employ isn't as many as I would like. Not from inability, nothing like that. And he kind of like shakes his head like this isn't a game.
Misogyny?
It's not that way. There's a lot of women who work in the town here who are really focusing on keeping our villagers warm, keeping them fed. Not that many want to come work at the town hall. It's not that I smell or anything. He like jokes, like try to lighten the mood in the room a little bit. Just not many people who are here. But if it's a woman who's doing it, it might not be that hard to figure out who it is. But I'd like to do a proper investigation into this problem.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for it. Anybody who wants to roll an insight can.
I'm gonna guide myself.
Go for it.
Do we get advantage considering we're all right next to each other?
People can either roll with advantage, have two people. Essentially, you get advantage by somebody else assisting you, or people individually can roll.
Ooh, holy shit, Aethos.
And they, you wouldn't get advantage for it, but individual people can roll, so you'd have more rolls on the table. Just depends on how you want to do it.
I'm kind of happy with Aethos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna know, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Aethros and Arini are rocking it right now. Oh, okay. Coming back up. Hey, there it is.
We're reading this guy like a book.
Okay, so everybody, with the exception of Ebrin, and what? Hold on. You know what? Just for giggles, since we had 2 crits, let's see what Atina rolls on an insight.
Yo, come on, Athena. Let's get that 3rd crit.
Crit fail.
Nope, did not get a crit.
Alright, that's fine.
Everyone except for Ebrin seems highly focused on what the sheriff is currently saying, and as he begins talking about making a proper investigation, while everything that you're gauging seems to be him being 100% sincere, it seems that he's getting more and more disheartened in the situation, almost as if he already has an idea as to who it might be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, since you guys rolled highly, that people would like to know?
I mean, oh god, there's so many questions, but I didn't roll a nat 20.
I know his whole backstory at this point.
I mean, like, yeah, well, like, does he sleep with a fucking teddy bear at night? Does he suck his thumb? Does he, like,
I think he pees the bed.
does he wipe back to front or front to back? Like, we want to know the details.
He's definitely in
Did he clean any of these cups for the coffee?
What was that?
What'd you say, Ben?
Did he clean any of the coffee cups before we drank out of them?
I
Or were they all dirty?
prestidigitated the cups clean before I handed them out. I'm not an uncouth jerk.
No. Yeah, baby. Oh, was his cup clean, I should say. Or was the keg clean, Evan?
Did he brush his teeth this
How long
morning?
has that coffee been in the keg? Yeah.
I mean, by the taste of it, it's been made, so it's not the best.
It's not fresh by any means, but it's a nice change. It's like Icewind Dale's clean, let's say. So there's no gamble on, there's no certainty on how clean it truly is.
Cleaner than I'm used to.
And then earlier when he said he doesn't smell, does he actually smell? Does he shower?
When he says that there was a feeling of possible doubt of maybe he smells and he just doesn't understand, or maybe especially after last night into today, it seems like he might smell a bit more. But
like, is this playful self-deprecation, or is this like him silently admitting to us that he is too busy to keep up with the mundane stuff of like cleaning himself?
As far as that goes, he's you feel that maybe if you caught him 3-4 days ago, he might be a bit more clean, might have kept up with more of the things, but the last 2 days for sure have kept him. He might have an odor.
Yeah, I take a sip of my coffee and I prestidigitate him with a nice clean smell. I even try to flush off some of the gross off of him.
Well, thank you kindly there, Ono.
That's fair. You're a very busy person. Totally understandable. Would this be amenable if we checked in with you in a week or two's time, allowing you to do an investigation privately without having, some bumbling heads of people who don't live here getting in the way?
I think that might be a good idea. Check in the next time you're in town.
I'm gonna mentally talk to Ono and Atina and be like, I'm gonna ask him a question and just read his body language and see how he responds. Before we go, Sheriff,
That was such a quick transition.
My fellow compatriots and I have been here for a couple days now. Big Tune and I have been here ourselves already to collect reward. I've only seen 2 women who work here. One is the gorgeous front desk lady you have downstairs, and the other the town hall speaker. And I would kind of think you've already got a hunch of who it is. So is it the town hall speaker, the front desk lady, or somebody else? And basically, like, the order that I ask town hall speaker, I'm trying to see if he makes a movement, the front desk lady if he makes like a movement or a twitch, and somebody else if he, gives a different body language at that time.
As you mention the different names, you see that his reaction is about the same for both of them. When you mentioned the town speaker, Duvessa, it seems to be... It doesn't invoke any extra reaction when you mention the receptionist downstairs. It doesn't seem to cause him any extra form of... I guess like he doesn't raise his eyebrow or, his eyes don't seem shocked. He kind of looks you over.
Now, does Ono see anything different with that nice insight roll?
That was with the insight there.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm factoring these in since it's you guys rolled really good. He looks at you, Ebron. I have my suspicions that it's one of the other women that work here. There's a couple that come to mind, 2 in particular, but that's what this investigation is going to help me uncover. I want to thank you all for the work that you did for the town. I know I thanked you last night, but I do sincerely appreciate it. And even though Duvessa's not here right now to talk to you herself, she's got other matters she's working on. I know that she told me before we went our ways for the evening that it was a good thing that you did. You managed to get there before the guards themselves really got a grasp on the situation, and you didn't think twice about what you were doing. Brinchander's grateful.
If it's any consolation, I mean, aside from Sefik Caltro and Torga's merchant group, I mean, Brinshander and the Icewind Dales have been nothing but kind to us, so...
So far.
So that, again, grain of salt, so far.
Brinshander's probably one of the better towns for visitors to come and stay at. We got some friendly folk who like seeing new faces, but I can guarantee there's some places you'll go to that you won't get that same reception.
I believe it.
Anyway, was there more that we needed to discuss? I can't remember.
Mentally talking to Ono, so you might want to tell him Nicholas is at the House of the Morning Wood.
I think we mentioned
Otherwise,
that to
unless
him.
we brought up the name, we didn't say where he was. He might remember from last night that we said it, but
above table, I think
the guy's
we
got a
said
lot
it
on his
twice.
plate, so...
I think we said it
Alright.
twice to him, but I mean, we can bring it back up. Just if it is at all possible, could you possibly 1 check in and 2 station your not your most, but some of the more trustworthy guards to Nicholas at the House of the Morning Lord, because we have a feeling that if this continues to leak out and people start figuring out that we have caught on to them, his life could very much be in danger.
You said he was at the House of the Morning Lord?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, I got a couple people who can go and provide a little extra security while Mishan herself is, helping some of the people from last night.
Fair.
So, yeah, I'll send some people his way. There's a couple acolytes who work at the House of the Morning Lord who might be able to provide some information in case Nicholas was talking before he, went into slumber or whatever happened with him. I know he's still alive. We had people check in this morning about him. I'll send a little extra security.
All right, perfect. I know we know he's okay. That's good.
I guess I'd mentally talk to Atina and be like, is there any questions you or the church have for him since we're here?
I look around the group and try to mentally talk to them, even though I know they can't speak back. So I'm just like, there's like a blank stare on my face.
Stare right back at you.
Oh, that's right. You guys can't. Anything else, guys? You want to say?
Pretty cool.
Atina would respond to you, Ebron.
No.
I don't have any questions that he needs to know. I'm merely here to confirm your stories, in case he were to have rebuttal with him. He just seems exhausted at this time.
Completely fair.
Well, if there's nothing else you need from me, I got a desk full of paperwork to do and some investigating to begin. It's going to be a long day.
You should get You should get a quill like Ono has for your paperwork. It writes stuff for you.
It's not like a thing you can pick up at the corner market. It's more of a because of my years and years of study. But you know what? That's good effort, bud. Good effort.
I ain't one
Well,
of those magic types. I prefer good old fashioned. He like pulls a quill out from like an ink vial that's nearby on the desk, and he just holds it in his right hand, having to place the coffee on the table as he does so. I prefer physical paper, physical pen.
There's nothing wrong with that. And like I gesture to it, like being like, it's okay. It's just that there's nothing wrong with that.
Give him the double finger guns. And just go, achoo. Thinking that actually does something to help him.
There's a slim margin that the sheriff knows Draconic, and let alone could mistakenly understand what you're saying.
Well, did we want to offer to take over the investigation for him once we get back, or did we just want to let that be?
Well, let's let it be. Like
We'll see where it's at when we get back.
Yeah. Like above
Yeah,
table,
let 'em figure it
this is a perfect opportunity for us to go and handle the dwarf situation or the iron situation, and
Yeah.
then to clean up the smaller little side things that we
Yeah.
have. Like let the sheriff do his. This is literally his job.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, sheriff, we do appreciate your time. Thank you for meeting with us. Keep on keeping on. And then I, without thinking about it, finger guns with Bictune.
He he gives you both this like peculiar look, like okay, and gives you a nod as whoever opens the door and lets you all out. He pulls out a piece of paper, and you kind of hear the quill begin to scrape against the parchment as he begins to write. A big sigh, big exhale as you the final person leaves the room. Not one of like disappointment of like the party or annoyed with the party, just relief, but also a bit of sorrow of the situation.
I mean, like, yeah, that sucks. He's got bad people working with him. I mean, that sucks. But you know, the nature of the beast. People will do absolutely anything to avoid the inevitable.
While we're working our way out, I would like to restop at the bounty board and see what bounties are on there.
All right. Give me just a second.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Ibrin, as you check the board, you which ones do you have already from the bounty board? I can't remember what ones I have because when I redid my computer, I lost those notes.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where my notes went from when I wrote it. So.
Okay.
I know we had the one for Harrington, but we obviously already did that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know that there was anything else. I don't remember there being.
I know different towns have different ones.
Right.
So, I basically rewriting all the bounties.
Okay. So the bounties that you find on the board right now, you see there is a listing to find missing fishermen for the city of East Haven. There were a couple of fishermen who went missing, and the town's just looking for someone to help in their investigation to find them. You see there's a listing from Goodmead that someone is stealing mead and night from their meadery, and they're looking for help finding that individual or individuals. And the other one that you see is from Lonelywood, where there is a albino moose that has been terrorizing local hunters that the town would like eliminated. And that's the current listings that are for Bridgeshander right now.
Are there rewards listed or anything?
There are no rewards listed on these items. They just say to speak with the people in the towns. I gotta look up and see which people you have to speak with. But there's a person you're supposed to speak to in each of those towns to address the situation.
And can I get the towns again? I heard fishermen, stolen goods, and albino moose. What were the locations?
Fisherman's going to be East Haven.
Okay.
The other one is Goodmead.
Yep.
Okay.
And the last one is Lonelywood.
Okay. Cool.
Yee.
I feel like we are potentially on a path to East Haven anyway.
I mean, we gotta go. Let me
If we would like to deal with Tories, that would be the place to go, potentially, at least to figure out what's going. Yeah.
Well, we have to go. I know we've said this, we've asked this a couple of times. We can't just leave straight out of Brinchander and not take the east way. We have to take the east way to go up to Cairn Dinaval to get to the Dwarven Valley, or is it like we can just blast right through? Essentially, just the
Easts.
yeah.
So, if you wanted to head to the Dwarven Valley, you could take pretty much any route you wanted to. It's just that the Eastway and the road that, or the path that you've taken is, well traveled, so it makes travel easier. It would be a bit slower going, but you could just pave a way straight through. I'm not saying it would be slower than, let's say, taking the Eastway and venturing off, but you could blast right through. You just might be trudging through some deep snow to get through there. You don't know what the conditions are on that area. At least you know the conditions of the Eastway and the routes themselves.
Or we go out the west side or the north side, go straight up like we're going to Tourmaline, and then cut across to the Dwarven Valley. Either way, it's still going to take us about 3 days to get there. So
Well, I mean, if we went the west way, we could go to Targos first, then head up to Tourmaline, and then go over. Because Targos, we can collect the bounty, head up to Tourmaline, and then head over to Dwarven Valley. My only question is, it looks like there's that little rift between the Dwarven Valley and Tourmaline.
I'm assuming that's what we're taking to get to the Cairn.
I was gonna say, is that a pathway? Is that a cliff side?
Looks like it would be a valley.
yeah, it looks like a ridge or a valley.
Yeah. Like Star Wars,
Fucking trench.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way I'm seeing it in my head is,
trench.
yeah. The way I'm seeing it in my head is it's very much like a frozen over valley. At one point when there was warm weather and water, that was the valley where it would pour from. In my head, but
Okay, but also
what
does
God say it is?
It's
probably
a
ain't
valley.
gonna tell us.
So out of curiosity, just satisfy on it just in case we can make things easier on us. I mean, it hasn't been presented to us by any means, but is there any sort of I don't want to call it a taxi service, but scheduled
Like a caravan.
Caravans that go to any of these other cities from Brinchander that we could tag along with.
Dogs.
Or can we make things easier on ourselves and
Wait.
Any sort of scheduled transportation.
Yeah.
Can I make a history check on something?
Sure. What are you trying to remember?
What town that I was told I can get a Mastiff?
Oh, okay, yeah. Go for it.
I don't remember.
I mean, what's a dog?
I apparently now will remember.
You remember that there is a kennel in East Haven, and they would be the person who could probably get you the puppy that you are looking for.
My guy is going to show the most excitement. He has this entire trip I think we should definitely head east. If we could maybe make a pit stop to East Haven first. I've got a little bit of a side thing I'd like to take care of. It will only be maybe an hour or so, and then we could head up. If not, I would say let's head to Targos, collect the bounty, go up to Tourmaline, and then make our way over to Dwarven Valley. But if we could make a pit stop to East Haven, I would be very appreciated.
Why are we making pit stop in East Haven?
It's a surprise.
Why are we making a pit stop in East Haven?
It's a surprise.
Why are we making a pit stop in East Haven?
The question
Listen.
you would hear Atina chime in verbally, not mentally. The the question you need to ask yourselves is this a necessary pit stop, or is it something that people merely want that you might encounter eventually?
Hmm? Yep, it doesn't sound like we can wait for that. Yep.
My guys are just gonna kind of kick the snow and pout a little bit. Let's just let's go.
Nonetheless, just still looking for some sort of clarity on the potential of us not just walking there. Like whether it be renting sled dogs, sled, or going with a caravan, or I guess potentially even a much smaller version of like how my half of the party came into Tourmaline to begin with. You know, a literal like ice
Fucking
carving
snow
ship.
boat? Yeah, a snow boat.
So you, just based off of conversations you've heard at the taverns that you've been at, and some of like the trading that you've seen and devices people use, you feel that there's a couple different ways that people really venture through the Icewind Dales. The biggest one being using snowshoes and walking. However, a lot of times when you are going through hazardous terrain or maybe non-padded terrain, like if you're venturing off the Eastway, Westway, or 10 Trail, you have a much easier time if you have some form of sled and sled dogs. Or, and let me just make sure I get this right, there's a type of creature that you can possibly purchase. Just gotta find it quick.
What time of the day is it right now?
It is like
In the morning?
between 8:15 in the morning.
So I definitely think
we
the
got
way
up
we
hella
should.
early.
You can
Well-
the creature's called an axebeak. It's a type of bird, kind of looks like a dodo bird.
Would we know whether or not that's available here in Brinchander?
You would possibly need to do some investigating.
Oh, wait. There's stables in this town. We could go and start at the stables and ask there.
Because I mean, above table that would make our journey quicker, would it not?
Essentially.
Yep. Depending on the price, yeah.
But then
the reason why I asked-
we're also working with, instead of bringing back 4 dwarves, we're bringing back animals and a sled on top of the ingot and us.
Right.
Unless we're planning to ditch the sled and the animals, or like worst case scenario, the Yeti eats them and then that sucks, and then we're out however much gold.
Well, I was only asking what time it was because I think Targos was only a few hour trip. So if there is an animal that can get us there faster, great. If not, I think we could definitely. I think time-wise, we got from Tourmaline Targos to Brinchander within a day. Otherwise, I mean, Targos might be a pit stop for us to just rest for a day. I don't know. What's the group think? I think if we head to Targos, collect the reward, we all get a little extra coin in our pocket, and then we still head up to Tourmaline and hit the Dwarven Valley.
I'm not really worried about coin in our pocket, seeing as we're going into the middle of Kelvin's Cairn.
Yeah, like lining my pockets with gold at this point is like a second thought.
That's just more cold stuff to be touching me.
Yeah, that's more weight we're adding to our packs. Like, I like the idea of getting paid. Don't get me wrong. Getting paid is I'm all about it. But
plus, I'm sure at least Big Tune is now getting very antsy to go and get this stuff so he can have his sword back.
that is true. Like, we could get this over with and then have his sword 100% his. Then I can go and be like, hey, I solved the box. But here's the result.
Right. Okay,
Well,
that's
since there was a
certainly
Yeti
something
up
Targo's
there,
gonna
do we
learn.
want to? Since there's a Yeti up there, do we want to stop at Garn's and Elza's place to see if they'll let you use the sword against
I
fighting
don't.
the Yeti,
I don't think
or
it's
do we
gonna be
want to just leave
necessary.
that be?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it's not. It's not like it's a huge. It's not a. First of all, it's probably not gonna be a huge. Like massive battle like we just had.
It's a Yeti. We have no idea.
But also, like, I'll be alright.
Also, I don't even know. Is it mating season for Yetis? We could be dealing with a Yeti in heat. We could be dealing with a Yeti who's propagating an offspring. I mean, like, we could be.
Listen, a Yeti in heat, the head is going to be the same way, one way or the other, in my hand.
All right. That's confidence I dig. All right. Yeah. No. I mean, like, if I am going to be completely honest with you guys, I think we should take care of this ingot ASAP. Go and do the Targos bounty and knock that out and get the whole thing done with the Battlehammers. I think we need to take care of that. Yeah, because now we're sitting on. We're probably like 3 or 4 weeks into them being gone, but now they've returned. Missing one person, which probably doesn't look great on us because they're probably like, yeah, you bought some people to come help us. Well, we made it back okay.
Right.
Save for the dude who died, Obak. Which really sucks because, I mean, there's one thing we could, like, bring his dead body back, but that fool was dismembered.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like, just like we each take a piece back.
I mean, look, if we find the whole of their body, I mean, I have no problem with bundling that up and putting it on top, but that's... I mean, at that point, we're just memorializing a poor bastard, which I feel bad about.
I feel like if I was carrying him, it would just look like Chewbacca carrying the pieces of C-3PO.
Oh, man, what a perfect visual.
I mean, I don't really think they're going to try to not pay us or anything. Otherwise, we
they're pretty cool.
now have
No,
a ton
because,
of ore we could do whatever we want with.
the lives are important, yes, but the majority of the lives that were in question that needed to get back, got back. We're down one soul. That sucks. But I think now they're going to be looking at it as a perspective of, like, we just need to get as much as we can recovered as possible.
Well, I feel like they were probably already fearing the worst. So I guess there's no, like, direct form of communication out there, so, like, I'm sure they're just surprised to see anybody come back.
Yeah,
So, I mean...
Again, all honesty, I think we should go knock this out, get it done, and then
let's just
knock over the dominoes after that.
Yep, it'll just
Alright,
all be
let's,
cleaned up after that.
Head to the stables and see if they have something for our trip. That way we can move faster.
Yes.
What's it?
Oh boy, that's about as far away as we need to be.
Okay. Yeah. Doblos.
Alright, so you're making your way to the stables?
I should hope so.
Alright, so as you make your way through the town, from the town hall down to the stables, the minutes kind of fly by as you're all, I guess, enjoying conversation, and you find yourselves with very little time standing outside this large barn-like structure. You see several tenants running around, taking care of local, I guess, sources of possible food for the town, as well as a couple other creatures. You see a large bird with a couple large birds with almost an axe-like beak, and large feet that don't seem to be able to fly, kind of in one set of gates, fencing. And you see a couple. You can hear a large number of dogs kind of barking from inside the structure. There's a tall, human-looking man taking care of one of the few horses that you guys have seen since you've been up here. And he kind of sees you all as you approach. Can I help you? You all look like you're here on some form of some form of mission. You have a determined look in your eyes.
Well, you're really good at your job. You're very good. We're very much in the market to at least prospect and see the price range of getting some of these axe beaks. It looks like that you have in your possession.
And it looks at you. Oh no, are you on the ground or are you on stilts?
I think because of the snow, I'm stilting.
Okay. He looks at you at almost eye level, a little bit shorter. He's a bit on the tall side. Yeah, I got a couple axe beaks that I could part with.
Perfect.
How many? There's 5 of you.
Yeah, logistically, we need to move, all of us in the party. So how many axe beaks is that going to cost us?
There's 6, Atina as well.
Thank you. I was going to say that, but
is this something we can double up on?
Oh, on an axe beak? No, those they can't carry. If they carried 2 people, they wouldn't be able to carry any of your gear. They're really a one person beast.
But how are they about pulling?
Now, when you say one person, do you mean him, and I'm going to point to Big Tune, or him, and then...
Well, your friend here, I would say, and he looks like he points to Big Tune. I would say carrying one of these folk, one of you. He like tries to like put the words together as to your race, but he can't formulate. You, the cat type, tall. You look he like reaches up and he tries to like pat like your armor that you have. Bit on the heavy side, not saying that you're fat. You would probably be the limit of what an axe beak could carry.
I like lean over to Big Tune and I go, "You're fluffy. You're not fat."
No.
He has no idea about your. I know.
I mean, if you're looking for something to pull things, you're probably going to prefer a sled dog. Sled dogs, well, each dog can pull a large number of weight. They're bigger than your average domesticated dogs, not quite as untamed as a wolf. So we got the strength to pull things, and we got the friendliness to your compatriots.
So, all right. We need 5. We need 5 of these axe beaks to carry all of them. I will man a sled and drive the cargo or whatever pack crap that we need in the sled with the dogs. So we technically need what?
What's the price of these axe beaks versus the dogs?
And also,
before we go too far ahead here.
Logistics.
Well, axe beaks themselves will run you 50 gold apiece. The dog sleds, so each dog costs 50 gold pieces, and each sled, an empty sled, costs you 20. If you're going to be pulling a large amount of weight, and that determines how many dogs you need to have. I have plenty of dogs. And he like points backward, he like with his thumb kind of points backwards into the barn. You can just hear a ton of like dogs barking, and someone just inside trying to tell him to be quiet, and it's just not working. I guess it depends on how many dogs you need to run your total price, but they're 50 gold pieces a piece.
And the sled was how much again?
20 gold pieces empty.
Okay.
I mean, like, I know you probably can't give us a number, but like, we have like a great deal of weight that we're gonna need.
Okay, so potentially, hold on, above table, there should be a sled that those ingots are already on. Whether or not that it's in working condition is a completely different story. I believe I'm remembering that correct. God.
Yep. Yes, you are.
Yeah. So we don't technically need anything to bring back the ingots, as it already should have a working sled. And if it's broken or anything, I should be able to fix it, or at least get it to the point where it will function long enough for us to escape down the mountain and to our destination. So technically, we only need a dog and a sled to carry me and our belongings. And since there are, if I'm doing the math right, We would need 250 gold for the axe beaks plus an additional, what was the math? 70 gold for that, for a dog and a sled. So we're looking at 320.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
don't really think that's fiscally worth it, considering we're only getting 100 gold and Victoon's getting a sword out of it.
I mean,
Like, I'm going to be spending more gold than I'm going to be getting back.
right. So it's like, do we? I turn from the stable master, the quartermaster. I'm like, give us 1 second. And I turn to the group and I go, all right, realizing like I totally understand financially this is a big thing. This is a big undertaking. It's like we go by foot and save ourselves 320 gold, or we spend the 320 gold and we have a quick get there and possibly get back. I'm okay doing it on foot. That's fine by me. I mean, I love adventuring by foot. It's fine by me.
yeah, I mean that's fine.
My vote's for
I just
going
feel that one dog would not be enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you said
Well,
it's
I mean,
like 2
you're-
tons potentially.
Well, no, because our stuff shouldn't be that much. Realistically, my full inventory is about 35 pounds. If you click on your inventory and look at the very bottom.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about what we're bringing back.
No, what we're bringing back, yeah, it's going to be like 200 tons, but it should be on its own functioning cart.
Yes, but
So-
I'm just worried that one dog won't be enough to pull it back.
I mean, well, no, we don't need a dog to pull it back. No, we don't need a dog to pull it back. No, inertia. That's the dog. We just get it down the hill. You and Ibrin should be strong enough. I mean, hell, even if you, Ibrin, Irini, and Aethros get behind it and give it one good push, if we're in the right position, that sucker's gonna go, and it ain't gonna stop unless I put brakes on that thing. And let me tell you, I'm probably not gonna design brakes. Sorry.
I mean, as cool as an X-Beak looks, I don't know that I do.
I mean, again, we spend 320 some odd gold, or we don't, and we save our coin. Go out and do it by foot. I'm cool with
Yeah.
doing it by foot. I think Aethros,
Also-
yeah.
How far is this? Because we're gonna have to feed those dogs and give them water. And
Yes.
that's gonna cost more money.
Yeah, that's like rations that we have to come
Yeah.
off of. Yeah.
And then what happens if some of those dogs get eaten by the Yeti? And, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want so
Yeah, I'm
badly
gonna-
just to buy an X-Beak for myself, just to have, but also.
Just
I mean, I looked at the picture; it's so cool.
I mean, like it's 50. Come on, it's 50 gold. You live your life, Big Tune. I'm not gonna tell you.
No, I
Kitty
just-
gonna do what Kitty does.
I just don't want to take care.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically,
You just don't want
again, I turn back to the stable master and I go, I know this is taking a long time. I'm really sorry about this. Look, we spend the money, we save the money. All in favor of spending the money, say aye. All in favor of saving the money, say aye. Aye.
Hey,
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna do it by foot. I put a silver down in front of the stable master, and I go, we're sorry about wasting your time. Here is to put this toward the feed, and we fuck off out of there.
He very confusedly takes it and just gives you a look. Well, okay. Entirely up to you. They'll be here in case you need them. And just like,
I mean,
just
yeah, they're
picture it as you're like
ridiculous.
getting ready to walk away, just very confused.
I'm not gonna lie,
That's
the axe beak is fucking cool.
Terrifying.
It's cool as shit. Like,
so
That
cool.
is terrifying, though.
Imagine watching Victoon riding that into battle.
yeah, no, I think it's cool as shit. But
What else?
okay, the dwarf got ripped end from end. So
Yeah.
how is a Yeti not gonna turn this thing into a KFC like bucket meal?
Famous bull.
Jeez.
All right, so which way did we decide? Are we taking the east way up to Cairn, Denival? Or are we heading
I
west and going to
like-
Targos, Terramalaine, and then Dwarven Valley?
less interaction with like peoples and towns. The east way would be the easiest way because we just go and we're not touching anybody. Honestly, we could go halfway through the east way and it may suck, but we could just drive straight north to the Dwarven Valley, or take the road all the way up to Cairn and then shoot across. I kind of like that, but I mean, I feel like stopping at Targos is just opening up a can of worms.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the quicker we can get into the Dwarven Valley and assess the iron ingot situation, the better we as a group look to our essentially our proprietor of money, the Battlehammers. So,
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
let's just
All right,
let's
let's
wrap it up.
head over to the Eastway then.
so yeah, I guess we settle up everything.
And
Yes.
make your way out the. You're gonna make your way out the east gate.
I mean, yeah, if everybody's cool with that, I think. I mean, personally, I'm okay with going east or west, but I think the east way is affording us less interaction with NPCs, like above table, and less interaction with NPCs that we're gonna get caught up in like a talk fest with. At least if we get out
That's
to the
fine.
east, yeah. If we get out to the east way and then just get into
Yeah.
nastiness, we just got a bunch of NPC like monsters and buggies we get to deal with.
We take the fastest, most easy route.
Yes.
Um,
Who among us actually has the better survival?
I am proficient, but my wisdom's also not very high. So I mean, my modifier is +3.
Yeah, I might have it just based on wisdom.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I got a +2.
I have a
That's
+5.
survival.
1 for
I'm at
survival.
11.
Yeah.
Same.
So it would be Athros and Bictun. What'd you say yours was at?
+3.
Yeah, it would be like the you two leading the way to make sure
Yeah.
that we're gonna stay on path. Okay.
okay.
I bundle up. I prestidigitate everybody warm again on their hourly quarter re-up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime.
can I buy a couple extra blankets before we leave, just in case.
Yeah, I would say if you spend like 5 silver pieces, you would be able to get yourself 4 blankets. They're really not that expensive. They're not like crazy insulated, but they'll keep you warmer than what you are right now.
That's a plus.
Okay.
And by the way, just every time I notice, oh no, prestidigitate at this point, I'm absolutely giving him a finger guns and the same finger.
It's become like second nature at this point. Like,
So you said it was 4 pounds?
say one more time.
What was that, Ben?
Oh, for the blankets, you said it was 4 blankets for 5 silver pieces?
Yeah, the total came to 5 silver pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna buy the total of
Holy
8
crap.
then. So 1 gold piece.
Okay.
And I will fit the bill for rations for everyone to fill up, and if everyone doesn't already have some, I'm going to pay the bill for flint and tinder for everyone.
Okay.
How long of a journey is this gonna be? Did you
It's
say?
about 3-ish days there and about 3-ish days back. So we're looking about it a week, give or take.
Okay,
Like,
so we're gonna
get-
want
like-
tents then if we don't have those.
yeah, it's like plus or minus like 3 days.
All right. I would say your total bill for the flint and steel and the rations and stuff is negligible, maybe about the same, about 5 silver pieces, because between the stuff you already had stocked up and the any assistance from the Garn and Elza originally, you wouldn't have any issue securing those supplies.
Perfect. Yeah, I re-up everything. Like me, Athros and I are going on a quick shopping trip while everyone's kind of like chilling out. And we're like, okay, we're just loading up on stock.
Yeah, really, it'd be like if you needed anything else from the town last second here, this is your chance to get it. Atina would run back to the Northlook and grab her like coat that she had, but she didn't look uncomfortable not having it before. But otherwise, she would be okay. If anybody needed anything, otherwise, I will assume you're ready at the East Gate to head out.
Yep.
Yeah, because we can come back and talk to the folks at Blackiron Blades later. We can do all that crap. Yep, I'm ready. I dole out everyone's like extra rations and flint and steel. And I'm like, here, everybody keep this.
As we, I don't know if we're, I guess, I'm assuming we're all approaching the East Gate, and I will offer my hand to Ono, see if he wants a ride through the undoubtedly deeper snow outside of town than inside.
Oh, could I, however much you want to charge me, could I purchase a set of children's snowshoes and then affix them to the bottoms of my stilts?
We already have snowshoes.
As I say, I think the party has snowshoes in their
Oh, do we?
inventory already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm breaking into my snowshoes and I'm tinkering the crap out of them to make it work.
Okay. And you have, I want you to roll a...
Tinker tools check?
Yeah, do a Tinker Tools check.
You got it. Gonna guide myself.
I see him start to tinker. I just
Yeah.
do like the like handshake, where I go up by my head, trying to dodge it like that.
Yeah, you
No,
don't...
it's not that I don't. No, it's not that I don't want the help. It's just, I mean, you have an excessive amount of weight on top of you. You don't need my like 42 pounds on top of you extra.
Yeah, you have very little issue at all affixing the snowshoes to your stilts, finding a way to connect the, whatever you want to call it, the woven intestine that makes up the wire of the snowshoe. You easily find a way to fix that to the bottom of your, essentially, it's like a 2x4 stilt.
Yeah, like I take the snowshoe, I put like a small wooden board and kind of like drill out a hole for my stilt to kind of go into, and I fix it through like tar and some other binding, and boom. And then all the while I'm like looking at Kitty and I'm like, it's not that I don't want to ride. I love riding on your back. It's like one of the better things that we do. It's like our bonding thing. But this would be, I'm saving your back. If my stilts break, I'm going onto your back. Just heads up.
That's fine. I've got more than enough room, and I pat my shoulder.
Break his stilts.
Yeah. Like I look at Big Tune and I like look at around at everybody else, and I kind of like on my stilts as I'm checking them, I get as close to him and I kind of go, hey, buddy, you're my bud. You're my bud. And I'm like I'm scratching behind his ears.
That's why I tried to help you.
No, we're buds. It's all good. No, man, like we're down like, whatever the fantasy equivalent of flat tires are.
Okay.
And I kind of do like that half, like the weird, like the chin punch, like, like a, hey, you're good, buddy.
Keep your chin up, champ.
Yeah.
All right. Party's ready to go?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Crap, he's wrong.
Oh.
Okay. So, as you make your way out the east gate, you kind of you kind of inform the guards of what you're doing, and they understand, being familiar with the situation already from people coming into town that you would recognize as the dwarves that had met you earlier today. They had come in through the east gate, so the guards let you out without any hassle at all. As you leave the east gate, I want whoever is going to be leading the party and one other person to make a perception check.
I guess that would, by the nature of our survivals.
I was gonna say it should be either Aethros
Yeah.
or you doing the survival check.
I mean,
And you
it's a
said a
perception check.
perception.
Yeah.
I got a plus
well-
4 on mine.
Well, he said it would be whoever the two people leading the party would be. And I
Oh,
guess-
The leader and one other person.
Yeah.
So it could be
Oh, so
What
just
kind of
a-
roll?
perception.
Perception.
I probably have
Solid.
the highest perception.
What's your perception?
15 plus 5.
Oh, yo, you should be making that perception check.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then Aethros has got to do his survival.
He's going to be the lead. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, girl.
Sorry.
So
I got that double check mark. I was hopeful.
Aethros and Irini, as the doors open to the east gate, everybody feels a large kind of push of wind as the walls have kept out a lot of nature's effects. Aethros in particular, as you all make your way out. The sun itself leaving the sky for the first time today. You see coming off the top of Kelvin's cairn, as best as you can see right now, way off in the distance, you see a large cloud growing in size. Some form of weather seems to be forming up to the north.
As a positive note, we actually have
Storms are brewing.
visibility.
Correct. As of right now, you have visibility. It is dim light. From I guess going, since it is technically nighttime, is dim light for the most part right now. And then once you leave the town, you'll have more of the darkness with some of the snow providing a light source for you.
I mean, yeah, that is the plus. I mean, even in moonlight, it'll be super bright, so...
Alright, so what path did the party decide? They're taking the east way to avoid people? Is that...
I mean, yeah, do you guys want to take the east way all the way up?
Take the quickest part route. Yeah.
All the way up
Yeah,
to
east
Cairn?
way,
So do we have is the only way into this is to go through that ridge or the valley through the Dwarven Valley there? Or could we hypothetically go all the way up to this Cairn and then just pop up?
So, I mean, there are always multiple ways to enter a location. The safest route would be heading through the middle of the valley. As of...
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't near impassable.
Right, no, you can make your way almost anywhere in the north here by trekking through the snow. It's just a matter of how exhausting do you want that to be on your body.
I was going to say
So
also...
I guess then we would probably head to right about where me and John's little markers are here. There, and then kind of go that way,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is right where, Ben and John's marker is kind of cutting across. Yeah, we shoot up halfway to Cairn Dinaval and then just book it.
Okay. So...
Stop chasing him.
As the, don't make me remove those icons.
No!
I'm trying to get back to where it was now.
As the party begins making their way out onto the east way, the first hour of your journey is very smooth sailing. You don't really have any sort of confrontations with any possible trading caravans heading through. You see sled tracks from a couple different sources that are heading the direction you're heading, and all seems to be going fine. After another couple hours, you feel as though you're not quite exhausted. I wouldn't say that, but you're beginning to feel that this pathway that you're heading on between Brinchander and East Haven, while probably one of the smoothest paths, it's very, very cold out here compared to where you were between Terramalane and Targos. There's not as much shrubbery to push out the wind, so you have to bundle up a bit more. As you reach the... Okay, so you prestidigitate and bundle up with blankets. I see that Aethros has.
Aethros is casted blanket.
I cast blanket?
Yeah. Blanket. When it casts all 8 blankets,
You throw a blanket in the air and the wind takes it and
just
launches it
bundle
away.
up.
As you reach the the intersection between East Haven, Brinchander, Cairn Naval, and Goodmead, you see that a lot of the sled tracks that you had seen all seem to venture towards East Haven, leaving the Cairn Naval and Goodmead routes a bit less traveled, at least in the last couple days here. A bit more snow you'll have to walk through. Might take you a little bit longer. I want our party leaders, for travel purpose here, to make survival checks.
I tap whoever is going to make...
I'm going to use guidance.
I was going to say, and then I'll tap Bictune then for guidance.
Okay.
23 ain't too shabby.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the two of you together, you're definitely able to see that you to head up to Cairn Naval, you have to make a certain turn, And then as you're trudging through the wilderness itself, the route seems it's less traveled, so you're traveling at a slower pace. You feel like you're traveling at about half the rate you were before, but you can tell for right now exactly where you need to be as far as staying on the path. It's, I would say, instead of it being an hour, maybe 2 to 3 more hours, I would say reaching not so much the end of your total day, but your when the sun's coming back up into the sky. So it means move time so it's accurate.
Would there be any sort? I mean, Ben and I are just kind of taking some liberties with where our party would be. Like, as far as where we would need to split off if we wanted to go the route that we needed to, is there any sort of signage that would tell us, hey, this is the Dwarven Valley?
There is. Let's see, roll survival. I want anybody who is looking to do so. So, 2 people in our party. Choose. I mean, if it's the same people, if it's different, great. Make perception checks. As you're feeling as though you're about where you think you might need to be, but you're not 100% confident.
You're like, man, like not metagaming the 2 people who are doing it would be, yeah. That's fine.
Athros and Ono, after a bit of deliberation, as you're journeying up this route from the Eastway, you feel as though you're at a good point where you could veer off into the snow. The route itself will be a bit annoying, and you see that the blizzard or the stormy conditions that were coming off of Kelvin's Cairn are beginning to sweep in. Within the next hour or so, you could expect some form of storm. But you feel as though at this point where you're at in the route, you should be able to branch off and find the Dwarven Valley. It's just a matter of staying on your route.
What do you want to do?
Well,
Sounds like it's going to get real treacherous
days we're
here.
getting pretty tired.
Isabel,
Yeah, so do we just want to...
How far from Cairn are we? Would we have any sort of perception on that?
Oh, if we wanted to just go to the town and stay there, wait up.
Yeah, and then backtrack the next morning and loop back around that what looks to be maybe a hill between.
Or even just cut straight across. Yeah.
Well, I'm just if this is like a hill, I was just, you know what I mean, and then diving down into the valley might be tough.
Well, I guess that's a question too. Is Dwarven Valley? Is there an actual town there?
No.
Is there a place to stay?
My assumption would be no, just
I'm
based on
assuming no.
there not being a dot there.
That's why I'm asking God.
and you'll have to find out.
I mean, as long as we have camping equipment, we could push on into the snow off the trail for at least an hour, or at least 45 minutes, and then break off into a camp.
You know, the valley may give us extra protection from any sort of weather too if they decided to
I mean, that is true.
get to the valley and then set up camp.
Yeah, if we could get to the mouth of the valley, even if we push through some of the storm.
Right.
I mean, we're taking a shot on getting lost, but I mean,
that way we can get right up to the wall of the valley then, and maybe get protection from one side as far as from the wind or something.
I mean, yeah,
I'm okay
with pressing. Yeah, I'm okay with pressing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll cut off.
Go a little farther.
So you're gonna venture off the beaten path now?
Oh, not that far, but
Okay.
Taking our chances in the wild.
So as you move into the move off the beaten path and take a chance and journey into the wilderness, your rate of travel is going to be reduced significantly. I would say it takes about 3 times longer for you to travel the equal amount of distance that you were before. So I want, let's see, over the course of the last time period, I want Bictune and Aethros to make one more survival check for me.
Getting the little tappy too.
Yeah, I got you on guidance.
Okay.
Cold. It's okay.
There's a point in time where Bictune and Aethros seem to have a small argument about which direction people are supposed to go, and Aethros feels very, very confident that you are all on the right path, that you should be able to set up a camp somewhere nearby and feel good that when you wake up in the morning that you'll be still able to continue without much difficulty. As I'd say, yeah, about an hour passes, but your travel's reduced. At this point in the night, it is... God dang, it keeps disappearing on me.
Okay, where is my...
I would say where you guys are at right now... I'll just... For the sake of simplicity, where your tokens are is where the party is currently residing at the end of day 1 here of travel. I mean, depending if you want to keep going. The sun itself has it's in the sky in the distance. Underneath, like, when I say that, the sun itself, you can see the residual of red as it is far off in the sky, but currently sweeping over you right now, as it begins to fade from sight, is a blizzard, which severely reduces the party's visibility.
So we're about to bed down. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Quick question above table. One of my features of Awakened Spellbook. I want to do something, but what I want to do does not burn a spell slot. But when you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot, you can temporarily replace its damage type. Could I get away with Ray of Frosting a area, but changing the frost to flame?
Technically, yes.
Sweet. So yeah, you guys, as we're preparing to bed down, is like where we've spotted a location. Aethros kind of gives the okay. As soon as he does that, I pull my spellbook out, and it begins to glow a bluish, purplish pink. And I begin to cast Ray of Frost, like you guys have seen me do it once or twice, but instead of like a blue shade flying from my fingertips, you watch it as it like gets an inch away, change from a blue to a violent like reddish orange, and I Ray of Flame a nice area for us to level out and turn into a camp. Which I assume is like there's got to be a dent in the snow.
I want you to make an Arcana check.
I love that idea. Arcana. I'm going to guide myself. Jesus, that was rough. As
you're using this Ray of Flame to try and open up an area for the party to bed down in, you have a very, very difficult time doing so because of the power of the blizzard, but you feel as though you've made an open enough area to adequately sleep 3 of your party members.
That works. So yeah, I
half the party.
I mean, hey, look, we can sleep in shifts. I mean, like that makes more sense, anyways. So, 3 of us who need to sleep go to sleep first. I'll stay up for as long as I can to prestidigitate the group.
Yeah.
I real quick, in the center of the area that we get to stay, I create a bonfire on the ground.
And as you light it, it is immediately extinguished by the blizzard.
All right, that's not fair. That's fine. All right, I kind of dig into a little spot. kind of tuck myself into the snow, wrap my blanket around me, and I kind of just I prestidigitate everyone warm for their hour, and whoever wants to take first shift, I'm gonna stay up until I
stay up.
absolutely have to sleep.
No problem.
I
with
would-
that.
And I do hand out with the blankets that I have to keep everyone.
I
Yeah,
would
you can-
suggest-
Aw.
I would
Thank you,
suggest that
Aethros.
like Ono, Aethros, and Irini or Atina sleep. Big Tune and I and one other person stay up just in case if something happens. That way we at least have like 2 fighters right away that can help.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I need any sort of rest for, so I'm cool.
I mean, I could use a nap because I did burn some magic earlier, but I'm gonna be the halfway point in like the crossovers, just so I can keep up with maintaining everyone's warmth. I mean, there's gonna be a few hours where I can't do anything because I'm asleep, but
That's fine. Aethros, thoughts? Do you want to rest real quick? Big Tune and I and one other person can stay up. Maybe Atina.
I have no problem helping with watch if that's what
Doesn't
people
matter to me.
want.
Well, Ono said Clark said he would stay up with us.
yeah, I mean, I can, like I said, I can stay up for as long as it takes, up until the point where I absolutely have to go to sleep. I look at Atina and I go, do you need normal rest, or is it like a 4 hours and you're good thing?
The rest that I need is only but a few hours, as you assume.
Okay, just asking. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I mean, Atina can do her thing. She can do her thing. I mean, like I said, I'm cool with staying up for like up until the point where I absolutely have to sleep. So it'll probably be when we do the crossover for second watch.
Yeah, I'll absolutely I'll be here waiting for y'all.
Yeah, I hunker down. I pull out my book because the cold can't prevent me from reading,
You're right.
and I read.
Cold never bothered you anyway.
I mean, it never really does because I'm always like prestidigitating myself warm. So, I mean, like again, it's second nature at this point. Man, when we get to a tropical climate, this is gonna screw me up.
So our people who are keeping watch were who one more time?
Me,
Big Tune, Atina, and myself. Ebron.
Okay. Everybody who's keeping watch will roll perception checks.
I'm up, but I'm reading my book.
Ooh, are you reading the transmutation one?
I am, yes.
Okay. When you have a chance, make that check for me.
I will be happy to.
Since I'm next to Big Tune and Atina, can I have advantage?
Nope. Everyone rolls a standard roll for this one.
Wow!
I like to envision as you're spaced out in the party, so
I
that way
don't
you're
need it anyway.
approached by different angles.
I don't remember in the past, was I allowed to guide myself on this or not? I don't know if I've done it in the past.
I don't think you have, mainly because it's like total time taken over like an hour versus
Yeah,
the.
that's fine.
So I would
No
say
worries.
no guidance on this one.
Fair. I'll take that. That's fine. 12.
As you recall from the last time you were reading the book, you were beginning to distinguish small hints that there's like a cipher that you have to create in order to find a hidden secret within this book. It takes you a bit of time as you're sitting there to read, reaching almost the end of the time you feel comfortable being awake. But as you do, you discover a hidden spell within that book. Let me throw that on your character sheet.
Like, you whoever's awake hears "Oh no!" Like, as soon as I like finish the book, I slam it shut and then reopen it to kind of like quick scan through it, make sure I didn't miss anything. Close it again, and I go, God, I hope I didn't miss anything. No, I'm gonna go back and read it one more time and like double check. No, I got it. And I like slam the book shut.
And I have added it to your character sheet for you to view as a cantrip.
I wake up for like a brief moment and just say, "Yeah, you definitely missed something," and then go back to sleep.
As Bictune, Itina, and Ebrin, I'll keep watch. The wind itself it howls horribly. You feel as though your communications with each other are extremely limited. Not being able to hear each other more than between 15 and 20 feet away. So not everyone might have heard Ono doing his moment, but anybody who was close to him would have. As you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Big Tune, what did you roll again? Okay, 13. It would be Ebrin. You see off in the distance a couple of silhouettes, but it looks like it's maybe a herd of some form of deer. And they pass by. You can't quite hear them. You just make out some figures of the shapes, and then maybe one you're able to perceive hard enough that you see a set of antlers on his head that kind of gives you a sigh of relief. But you don't encounter anything in your shift. The blizzard continues to roar as it reaches the midpoint of the night. So whoever is going to be moseying on as guards next, it is, well, transition time.
I prestidigitate everybody warm, and I go, I'm going to bed. You guys are doing great. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm only probably just due to what's happened to me over time. Probably not going to take much of a rest. Maybe a short one. Short rest is what, like an hour or two, right?
Yeah, short rest is an hour.
Yeah, that would be probably about all I'm going to get.
Wait, hold on. Wait, freeze, pause. You're
Yes.
gonna risk exhaustion?
You know, I mean, listen,
Go to sleep.
I would love to. It's
Yeah.
Dakota knows.
Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at.
Fine.
So
I was gonna say my character he only needs a short rest.
Well, you need
Right.
4 hours of trance, and then you can do light activities to get the rest of your long rest. You still would want to rest. It would be a good idea, but a short rest isn't an accurate description. You still take a long rest. It's just you only need 4 hours of like trance-like state, and then light activity for the rest.
yeah, I feel like I'd probably be like in between short and long rest, where the transition occurs.
So Big Tune is staying up for this event. Am I hearing that right?
No, I mean I'm definitely gonna like, yeah, it's like he's not a fan of blizzards.
No, he don't like the cold.
You don't like the cold.
It's not the cold. It's
I give him an extra blanket.
I mean, like, I'd like to try.
Okay. So who was our other half otherwise? Was it Aethros, Irini?
Is this your?
So, yeah, the ones up would be
Yeah.
Ono, Aethros, and
Okay. So let's have everybody roll perception checks, and then Big Tune, if you're staying awake for it, if you're actively going to try to stay awake to protect the party, go for it. Roll another perception. Otherwise, if you're just keeping warm, then you'd just be awake and patiently waiting.
I think I'm just gonna lay down, close my eyes. Like, it's gonna be a very like restless sleep, I guess, if you will, like a tossy-turny kind of thing. So I don't know what that would be.
Okay.
Like, I'm not happy. No sleep for me.
Irini and Aethros, as you're keeping watch, the blizzard itself continues to roar well on into the early morning, and you two also, just like the others, realize that your communication with each other is going to be very, very hard during this time period, not being able to hear each other more than about 15 feet away at a moderate volume as you kind of make your rotations around the edges of the hollowed out area and small entrances, I guess, that you kind of have either dug out for visionary purposes or from the way you came. The snow begins to pile on as the blizzard begins to slow, I would say, at about 4 in the morning. And the snow continues to fall heavily as the winds die
At
down.
any point, do I?
What was that,
At
Ben?
any point, do I notice that Big Tune isn't, or is like moving around, or isn't able to sleep?
As I would say, as both of you,
Like, at a-
yeah, as both of you are sort of late, making your small rotations in this inlet that you have. At some point when you pass Big Tune, you would see that he's still awake.
I cast sleep
You just.
to try and make him go to sleep. Like, you need your rest. So,
Suck it.
Okay.
Enjoy your nap.
yeah, I don't
As long
know if
as
this is
Matt
gonna work
is-
well for.
Yeah.
Okay. How many dice is it?
It's let's see.
5d8.
Sleep is
Yeah.
5d8.
So as long as it passes, as long as all your 5d8s surpass his hit points, he's knocked out.
Should not be too hard. It's
Yeah.
about halfway there.
Okay. So
Like,
let's see if are you casting that at first level then?
So roll. Yeah.
As you
Oh, God, you hurt me.
as you try to magically put him to sleep, I feel
you throw dust in his face.
Big Tune, you feel something, but it does. You're still awake at the end of whatever Athros does to you.
He just throws fucking sand in your face.
Yeah, can I, like,
Yeah.
it gives me damage on that.
Sand.
Can I, like, not do damage on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that it's damage. It's called damage for the
No,
dice.
no. Like, it literally took hit points away from me.
Oh, did? Oh shit.
Yeah, no, we can.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
It does because it's
Oh.
supposed
it
to knock
damaged
people
me
out.
too.
Oh yeah, it probably damaged everybody in the radius.
A 20-foot sphere. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
I'm good.
I
didn't
also
get hit.
realized I never did the long rest from the night before, so should be at full health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, I did this 16 of me.
Well then.
Go to sleep. Why is it
Yeah.
hurting?
It's just him putting a pillow over our heads.
Yeah. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Burying the tent in snow.
It'll all be over soon.
He misheard the old saying. It's not I'll sleep when I'm dead. You sleep because you're dead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn. Thanks for the blanket, Athros.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get rid of that template quick.
Yeah. So I
Oh
just
yeah, I don't know how to
refilled-
get rid of that either.
Yeah, they're kind of a pain.
I refilled my health then. So as to
Okay,
not
good.
be almost dead.
Yeah.
Big Tune, what I would like for you to do is I would like you to make a Constitution check, not a saving throw.
Okay.
There's something
if
that I-
Ben actually rolled a 20 or higher, my guy would be dead. Because I have the lowest hit points out of everybody in the party.
You wouldn't be dead.
You wouldn't
You'd
be
just
dead,
be
you would
knocked
just be-
out.
Yeah, you'd be unconscious.
I'd be
Okay,
unhappy.
so just you said a Constitution check.
Yep. Standard roll.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
Don't
Hey,
be
uh,
suspicious, don't
hey, Big
be
Tin.
suspicious.
No.
You want to join me on individual
No.
moments for like 2 seconds?
yeah, sounds
Ah,
good to me.
why?
Okay. This will be rather short, I'm sure.
Sure.
As you lay there in the night, your experience with blizzards not being great, both as a cat person in general, but also as as this is a similar feeling, I'm sure, to your event
Literally
with.
how like most of everybody died. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get at without
Yep,
getting
that's
directly at it.
Yep. Your consciousness begins to waver a little, but you're able to kind of push through. Your mind entering that pseudo state between being, I guess, awake and entering a dream,
Uh-huh.
and you feel as you enter this state, almost as if someone is trying to choke you. You roll over. Aethro's walking away by this point, his spell not having the effect he was hoping, and you could swear that you see the image of Sefik Caltro, his arms around your throat, trying to strangle you, his piercing blue eyes and basically very destroyed body from the from what, 2 days ago now. Sword, vicious that you have is the sword still in his neck, his body itself very mangled, trying to choke you out, and you hear it utter through a almost guttural tone, "There is no end to Sefik Caltro. You all will fall." And as you hear this, kind of shaken for a moment, you kind of like rub your eyes at one moment, feeling like full, consciousness back in your body once more, and the visage of Sefik Caltro is gone.
Oh.
All right, we can go back now.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. I have my con is 17.
I got 16.
So
Yeah.
the only reason why I'm thinking maybe my hit points is as low as it is if I didn't take any from first level to second level or second level to third level. I'm thinking from first to second, I might have missed out on some hit points.
Well, yeah, having a +3 in Constitution, that gave me a total of 9 extra hit points so far.
Yeah.
So if you only have a
I have a
+1,
+1
you're
there.
missing out on like 6. So if you're just below 20, then yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm at 26.
Yeah. The only reason why I'm at 28 is because I have the what's it called? Wizard and Artificer bump.
You got 2 full dice that you were able to stack the full amount to.
My pool's a little bit fucked. Yeah.
Am I the highest at 30 for hit points?
Damn, girl.
Or does Big Tune have higher?
I got some bad rolls.
Yeah, I think
No, I
you're
don't
the
believe that.
highest party member as far as health is concerned.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, my guy's a hit and run person
We're gonna have to
anyway,
do some
and I've
adjusting.
got range, so
Yeah, wait till your later abilities kick in. If you continue with Soul Knife, you won't have to worry about hit points that much. Not because of, having a ton of them or negating damage, just because you're a sneaky boy. You don't really stay in combat long enough to make it matter.
Eventually, I will be able to make stuff for the group. So, breathe.
As the evening passes, and the second round of watch ends, you all would at some point here wake at, or I guess just get up, since certain person didn't sleep, and you find you're all standing in your inlet, or standing or sitting in your inlet. The storm itself passing, the snow from the blizzard that was brought continues to fall. You've had several inches at this point fallen on your party members who are keeping watch or just in the general area, clearing out footpaths from the winds the night before. It's almost as if you guys never even walked off the beaten path. You can't find your trail anymore as you're sitting in your inlet. Since we only have a couple minutes left, is there anything anybody wants to do at this point?
I prestidigitate everybody warm. You said the storm has died down to the point where I could successfully start a campfire for us to make breakfast?
You feel much more confident that your fire will stick this time.
Boom. Firebolt right in the dead of the ground, make a friggin' campfire. I'm like, all right, breakfast time. Come on.
only thing I would say is eat some breakfast, fuel up, and then end the session maybe up at Dwarven Valley.
Yeah. Start making breakfast for everybody, prestidigitate it, all smelling good and fancy and stuff.
Yeah, I was looking very haggard when I rose. Like, unkempt mane and hair.
Kitty, what the hell?
Get your shit together. Come on.
Hey,
Golly.
And
it is
Atina
what it
would
is, man.
Atina would look over to you too. You look like you got hit by a wagon.
I mean, that's fair. Did you not sleep at all?
Maybe. Yeah. Some weird shit was happening. That's all I'm gonna say.
Insight.
And I'm like, yeah, very.
I'm an insight check you.
Go for it.
Would that be what?
If you're trying to
an
prevent,
opposed check?
if you're trying to not let them on that you're like if you're hiding anything, it would be a deception check from you. And then the higher roll is what we go with.
I trust my party, and I'm not going to try and invade their privacy.
Oh no, you
We're a
know that
family.
he's hiding something.
I mean, that's fair that he would know that.
I just give you the quizzical, like, you can't see it because my face mask is up, but I'm kind of like smiling at you. I'm like, all right, in your tricksy ways, kitty.
All right. Fine. Yeah, I might have fell asleep at some point, but like, if that was sleep, I don't ever want to sleep again. Cause like, remember how when we were fighting Cephik, and then he had the sword in his neck, and then
Yeah, it was
like,
awesome.
yeah, it was.
You don't sound so excited.
Yeah. I
Wait,
saw
your
that.
sword or my sword?
Your
Yeah,
sword.
thank you. That's exactly what I was. Yeah, thank you.
Your sword. Like before
Ah.
I hit him.
Okay, so wait, you hit him, and then he like magically rebuffed something.
No, so like I saw the like him looking like he did before I killed him. Like with that sword sticking out of his neck.
Okay.
And like it looked like he was here with us. And he looked me dead in the eyes and just said, "There is no end to Cephik Keltro. You all will fall." And then
I mean,
just like
Freaking ominous.
yeah,
To-
so like
To be fair, he was emitting some weird magical power. You guys
like,
kept the head as well, and it's with us, so
yeah, and I
maybe
we
somebody
still are
should
carrying the head around.
completely get rid of the head, or
I take the head
something?
off of Bigtoon and I set it down in a circle, and I begin to draw out a ritual cast for detect magic.
Ooh,
Okay.
oh no. Do you
What?
still have that box? Well, I don't know that because I'd be above table.
As you do your ritual, since that takes 10 minutes, is anybody else doing anything else, or are we just kind of waiting on? Oh no.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, because of my new Awakened spellbook, I think I can just turn that into an action without burning the slot, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I read that wrong and I'm not getting it right, which is probably entirely true.
I'll kind of just pat Big Two on the head and show him my short sword. It's all right, man. Right here. You're good. We got you.
Are you like sizing him right now? Are you like, but it's okay. We all have weird short swords.
Yes, you can, and you just get access to that once per long rest. You can use that
So
feature.
yeah, this is my one time of burning that spell. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make you cast a wizard spell as a ritual. You can use the spell's normal casting time rather than adding 10 minutes to it. Once you use it, I can't use it until I do a long rest. So yeah, I burn you. I do the circle on the ground, and you're all like, oh, this is gonna take a minute, and then I like snap my fingers, and my book glows, and
So as you look at the head, using that ritual casting at a breakneck speed, you see that the head itself is still emanating a necrotic energy. Though the head itself is not moving, you feel that there's still magic energy within it, and it makes itself very clear.
yeah, Bigtoon, you're no longer allowed to carry this item.
normally I would fight you tooth and nail over that, but
Not this
yeah,
time.
no.
No. Guys, in any consolation, I think, with the exception of Atina, This isn't. I mean, no offense to you. With the exception of Atina, we need to pass this thing around before any of us goes to sleep at night. So whoever is taking first watch next round, they get to hold on to it, and then it has to get passed off to another person who has not touched this decapitated form of Sepik Caltro. It is reeking with necrotic energy, and I have the utmost confidence that that is what's screwing up your sleep cycle, Kitty.
Do we have a specific reason we're holding on to this head?
That's what I was wondering.
Collect the bounty in
Hypothetically,
Targos.
to prove that we've done it.
Yeah.
How
Um,
much was that reward?
Around with it?
100 gold.
I say, if it's
Total
only
or
100
piece?
gold, we could just burn that head and be done with it.
Damn, Arini.
Just saying.
Being said, is it still on the
That's my
ground?
vote.
Irini and Ibrin make history checks.
Is it still on the ground?
I mean, it's still within the magical circle. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my circle is glowing right now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm actively still holding
Okay.
this.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure you didn't
Yeah, no.
finish that or whatever.
Ibrin, are you referring to the contract that you made with Helin, the dwarf person, or are you referring to a different contract?
The proprietor of Luskan Arms. Because that's where
Was
they,
that wait, was that there? Or was that in Termaline that we...
I thought it was Targos Luskan Arms. Because that's
give
also
me-
where, like,
I don't
the
think
magical dragon thing was that I saw, I believe.
Looking through my notes too. I'm sorry.
I don't know, this is also pre and post stroke guy trying to remember things, so.
Don't blame it on
I
your
thought-
stroke. Come on.
I thought it was Targos, because that's when I ran off, and I went down, or on top of a building, parkoured a little bit, and then, we got separated.
I thought that would have been at the Blue Clam. but I
So
don't know.
you went off and did your own thing in Targos, and you did hear the what do you want to call it? The town speaker talking about potentially aiding you in dealing with Sepik or helping to provide you with resources, but he never approached you. Your actual contract was from Termalane with Hlyn the dwarf, the bounty hunter, and it was for 150 gold pieces per person.
Per person.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a different story than an overall 100.
Yeah.
You managed to barter her up on her price.
Yeah.
I do recall.
Okay, so since it's still laying on the ground and having no idea about anything magical as we've discovered, I'd like to take my greatsword and just plunge it directly through his eye.
Okay, well,
Oh.
first of all, you have to have really good aim because I've got my hands on the outside of this circle leaning over top of this skull. So yeah.
If he's,
Fine.
If I see you raising up a
you're
sword-
close, I'll be like, move.
No! What? No!
As the two of you begin to argue about moving away from the head, and the morning sunlight begins to, well, it has been lighting up the sky with a slightly red hue off in the distance. The snow freshly fallen after a long and windy night. I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Such a visual with Ono on the ground looking up at Bictoon with a sword overhand.
Literally like two hands on it, ready to
Yeah.
just go straight down.
100%. Like any outside influence would see this as, man, he's going to kill that gnome.
Right.
That cat must be real pissed off at that gnome.